Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese Davis, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. The Trojans of Troy are on the field, and as we close in on kickoff, Troy is loosening up, going through the final preparations and hoping of getting a victory that will get them some attention today. We've done all we can do here. Time to tee it up. Let's send it out to Brad and Kirk for the call. David and I will be with you at halftime.
If you take Highway 231 until it meets 29, you'll find yourself in the small town of Troy, Alabama, the site for today's game. And now let's head down to the coin toss, and it's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste and 0 calories. Enjoy everything.
You like that? You like that? You like that?
Purdue has been waiting all week for this one. Get ready, folks. The opening kickoff is finally here. The quarterback brings his troops out onto the field for the first drive of the game.
Three down. Red 85. Red 85.
Oh, and he had some steam on that throw. The Trojans always have guys that are near the top statistically, and that's no exception today. We're really looking forward to watching this kid play. From their own 31-yard line, it's second down. Looks to his receiver, first down. And that one goes for about 5 yards and first down.
And that's just great execution on that short pass play.
It was a great read by the quarterback there to take this snap and throw it quickly to get the first. They bring the quarterback down.
Well, the defense doing a great job of getting pressure on this quarterback. That time they brought the blitz, and the defensive line was able to break through and come up with a big sack.
From their own 30-yard line, second down. They come out in an empty backfield. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. They'll bring him down around the 46-yard line.
I think it was a great play call, and it was very well executed. Any coach would be happy with that kind of outcome on a first or second down play.
He gets out to about the 48-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 48. Looks for the tight end, but they can't hook up.
Finally, love to see the offensive coordinator finds a way to get the ball to the tight end. The quarterback has got to do a better job of communicating with the tight end to make sure they're both on the same page. Otherwise, they're going to continue to throw these incompletions.
There's a strike complete. And they make the stop at about the 45. The pass good for maybe 7 yards.
Good decision here. Nice dump off. It's only 7 yards, but the offense will take that play every time.
From the 45-yard line, third down. Fires out quick. It's picked off.
Personal foul. Clipping. Offense.
That one will put the offense in a hole, and they'll try to get some of that back on this upcoming play. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 42. Runs it right. Nice pickup.
Gaining 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Man left, man left. Four down, four down. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Gets it out quickly. He's got an opening. Down the sideline. And they finally knock him out at the 13-yard line. And a great pass play that time.
And here we see just how much this defense respects the running game. They got sucked in here on the play action and got beat on the pass. Good play call.
And a big pickup through the air has made it 1st and 10. He's on the run. Room around the corner. He'll take it himself. A huge play, and now they're in a great position to score.
Well, this is a nice run for the 1st down by this quarterback.
They're packed in tight on the line. And he's going to be sacked for a loss.
That's a loss of 3 yards on the play. That brings him 2nd and goal.
They're at the 5. 2nd down. Touchdown, Purdue! And he hits the PAT. It was a 5-play, 58-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Sends it sailing downfield. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. Fires it out. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
From their own 27-yard line. 2nd down.
Well, I love the toughness here by this quarterback, sitting in until the last second, trying to make a play downfield, only to have this defense get to him. He's got to do a better job maybe feeling things out a little bit, but at least he has the awareness and a toughness to sit in that pocket.
Throws it in a hurry. Tackle made around the 34-yard line. It'll be short of the first after the completion.
Well, good effort by the defense to make sure they got him before he got to the marker.
Hill awaiting the return.
Out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
6 points and a pretty display of passing was a result of their last drive. Kirk, do you expect the defense to take a different approach here?
When this quarterback is on, he is on. It already seems like whatever this defense is trying just isn't.
Feeling the pressure, and he fumbles the football. Picks up the loose ball for the 10. Touchdown, Trojans.
Great play here by the defender. You know, it's trickier than it looks to scoop up a loose ball and then get your motor started. But he's able to do it and made that play look smooth for the touchdown.
The extra point to tie this game up. He splits the uprights with the extra point. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. This offense has got to try to pull it all together now after the fumble cost them 6 points just moments ago.
Brad, I think this is where we're really going to learn about this offense. This is where you really wonder about the character and makeup of this team. Are they going to worry about that last mistake the last time they were on the field where they gave up the lead? Or can they block that out and just focus on this drive and get ready to move the ball down the field?
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long. Tremblay gets a carry left side. Makes it to the 27.
Third down.
Check three. Let's go!
Big opening. The 10. Runs through a defender, and he's in. And he tacks on the extra point. A short 3-play, 75-yard drive, and they put up 7 points.
Well, Brad, right now this offense is hot, and they also took advantage of some mistakes there by the defense.
Howard looks ready to kick this one off. And they can forget about returning this one. And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. Throws it out, and it falls incomplete. That one sailed on him.
He wanted his receiver, but I think that may have slipped out of his hands.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 25-yard line, it's 2nd down. With the pass, incomplete.
Sure, it's disappointing, but this is the kind of mechanical flaw you can fix with practice and coaching.
That brings us 3rd and 10.
Steps up.
Boy, the defensive coordinator and the defense has to be very proud of their efforts and what they've been able to do to rattle this quarterback. He's really struggled on this drive. Now here they are facing a 4th down.
Harris is waiting for the snap. He punts it away, and there's no hang time on this one. Hill takes it at the 47. He's taken down at the 37.
The last time we saw this offense on the field, they drove the length of the field. And you think back to what that defensive coordinator tried to do. He tried to change some things up, but nothing seemed to work. It's going to be interesting to see how he can have an impact on this drive.
The lineman got a little ahead of the snap count. Here's the call.
Still first down.
So the penalty will make it 1st and 15. He's tackled right around the 22-yard line. Nice gain for the halfback. That
time they kept it on the ground with the counter play. The blocking was great up front, and the tailback was able to get into the open field and do some special things.
Purdue is up by a touchdown. Heading for the corner. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Boilermakers. He makes the PAT. A short two-play, 42-yard drive. And they add 7 points to the scoreboard.
Well, the blocking up front was just amazing. I think that's what led them to those big runs.
Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He really got a hold of that kick. He's to the 10. And he's taken down at the 22. They need to show a little giddy up now, because if they don't start eating into this deficit, they could easily fall out of the game. He heaves it deep. He's got it to the 20. Touchdown, Troy. And he converts the extra point. Troy lines up for the kickoff. He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Both squads are digging in now. Let's see what happens on this next drive. Purdue is up a score. Tackle around the 41-yard line.
Griffin makes the tackle at the 41-yard line. That makes it first and 10.
From their own 41-yard line. First down. Tackled after a decent pickup.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up second and 3.
So after one quarter of play, can it continue to be this high scoring? Purdue's lead is a touchdown. Welcome back here. We resume action now here in the second quarter. Houston fakes a handoff. He's at the 40. He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Call the gain of 19 yards. First down.
From the 33-yard line, it's first down. Going long. Caught end zone for the touchdown. And he adds the extra point. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. And he got all of this one. Great kick. He's to the 10. At the 30. Across midfield. Inside the 30. Got an opening. To the 10. And they're going to bring this one all the way back. Touchdown! Don't get too excited at home, folks, because I think this one is coming back.
You like that? You like that?
Clipping is the call, and now they'll have to find a way to make up those yards right here. You think about the challenges these two teams are facing. On one side, you've got to find a way to keep building on your lead, and on the other side, you've got to find a way to get back in it. Quick strike to the receiver, and he's taken down around the 47-yard line. So they pick up quite a few yards on that play, Kirk.
Well, that was an excellent route, and he did a great job of holding on to the football.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 47. He throws it.
This passing game can be very effective if you don't get enough pressure on the quarterback. They use their personnel well and can be very tough to defend.
Knocked out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
This is the kind of steady, strong drive that coaches love to see. Right now, they're firing on all cylinders.
From the 21-yard line, first down. Looks to a receiver, touchdown. And he hits the PAT. So a four-play, 75-yard drive, and they come away with a touchdown.
You know, you always prepare your offense to think that we're going to have some success. These guys got to be coming over the sidelines after touchdown saying, man, I didn't expect it to be this easy.
So the score now, 28-21. He sends this one deep. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Brad, this is my kind of game. I love seeing this kind of production and the way these quarterbacks are playing. Both teams are challenging both of these defenses.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just one or two plays. Nearly picked off, but he couldn't hold it.
You never know what will happen when the ball ricochets like that. Good effort by the defender.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. Purdue up 7 points. First down grab. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 22 yards. First down.
And he hits him hard at the 38-yard line. Flag down, and I'm not sure
Personal
when
foul.
it was thrown. Let's find out.
Clipping. Offense.
That penalty drives them back, and they're shooting themselves in the foot here.
Well, if they can just keep their concentration, they'll avoid situations like that.
From their own 46-yard line. First down. He's on the run. Now he's going to run and watch out. To the 20. The 10. What a play. Knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be 1st and goal. He scrambled, and down he goes at the 2-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
You like that? You like that?
From the 2-yard line. Second down. Purdue is up 7. He's going to try and scramble. And he's tackled just outside the goal line. Touchdown, Purdue! He splits the uprights with the extra point. A 6-play, 61-yard drive, and they get it in for 7. Howard has his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Troy's coaching staff, I've got to think, going into halftime, and we're getting close right now, Kirk. They've got to do something different. What they had planned with their star running backs is not working today.
Well, I think the continuity between a coaching staff and a quarterback and an offense is tested. Their star players not having a great game. They're losing this football game. I think now as we're close to this half, now's when you start to think about what other ways can we attack this defense. And then maybe eventually we get back to our star running back. But in the meantime, let's try to find some other ways to attack to be able to put points up.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 46. Find his receiver, and that's a 1st down. They'll bring him down at the 33.
That's pretty impressive. Accuracy is important, but just as important is having receivers that can make plays.
Fires it out. Tackle made at the 27-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down.
3 down. Mark 55.
Slings it. And they make the stop at about the 17-yard line. Puts it right in his hands. Touchdown. And for Wallace, he's been responsible for 3 scoring passes.
The quarterback is just having a great game so far. He's had absolutely no problem finding the end zone.
And he tacks on the extra point. It was a 5-play, 74-yard drive, and a touchdown as a result.
You know, when you can throw the football as well as these guys can, you don't necessarily always have to have a balanced attack because you're so proficient in throwing the ball.
Excellent kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Purdue is up by a touchdown. Little handoff. He's knocked out of bounds around the 29-yard line.
Gaining 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
From their own 29-yard line. 2nd down. brought down to 39-yard line.
That's a gain of 10 on the play. First down.
He's scrambling. Runs with it, and he's got room. He's tackled around the 48-yard line.
Gain of 13 yards. That makes it first and 10.
From the 48-yard line, it's first down. Here's a pitch left side. He's at the 30.
The defense doesn't seem to have an answer right now. They might need to change up some of their schemes.
First down.
Just throws this one away. It's second and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line. Purdue is up a score. Fires out quickly to the tailback, and he's hit before he can go anywhere. Superb effort by the receiver to come down with that ball.
Well, this comes down to the timing between the quarterback and the receiver, and the result, again, a nice play for the offense.
From the 16-yard line, first down. He's out of bounds around the 11-yard line.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That brings up second and 5.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. And he tackles him hard at the 9. Third down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Draw play, and he's level at the 10. Troy's going to use their first time out of the half here.
That makes it 4th and 4.
Purdue can make this a 2-possession game with this field goal. Kicks away, and it is good. Let's throw it out to Reese now for a studio update.
The Crimson Tide came into the game ranked 21st, feeling snubbed by the voters. One way to fix that, play your best. And for Alabama, they look to continue their hot streak.
Howard looks ready to kick this one off. Sends it sailing downfield. And they can forget about returning this one.
The quarterback did a really good job in the last drive of finding his receivers in space, and I bet he'll be looking to do the same thing again.
Fires out to his receiver. He's taken down at the 40-yard line. Across the middle. Tackle at the 38. From the 38-yard line. First down.
7 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Watch the safety creep.
Pass falls incomplete. Hodge, the intended receiver, on the way. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
So it's 3rd down, and they've got about 2 yards to go. Caught, open field, and he's taken down at the 23.
That makes it 1st and 10.
Throws it in a hurry, and down he goes at the 15-yard line. Troy will take a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go. He's got it with room to run, and he's tackled right around the 8-yard line.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Got a man open, touchdown. He hauls in his 2nd touchdown catch.
You know, this guy is such a difficult target to cover in the passing game. It usually doesn't matter who's covering him. He always seems to find a way to get open and make a catch.
Here's the point after to try to cut this to a 3-point game. And he converts the extra point. An 8-play, 75-yard drive, and it results in a touchdown.
This quarterback has really demonstrated a tremendous amount of ability and leadership today. I'd be very surprised if he didn't continue to play well.
With only a few ticks left on the clock before halftime, I would expect they'll just squib kick this one. He just drills this one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Momentum swings have been fairly even, and with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Purdue is up by 3. Makes it out to about the 36. The Boilermakers call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half. 1st and 10. Ball on their own 36. One more play now before we hit halftime, so they'll most likely throw one towards the end zone here. He might not be able to get the pass off. Well, we've played a half of football. Purdue's got a 3-point lead. Great first half. Hopefully the second half's as good.
Hill to return.
He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Both teams have had a lot of success on the offense here today.
Well, it's been fun to watch these two quarterbacks play. Right now, they are both just executing in a way that you always hear that term, they're in the zone. Well, both these quarterbacks and both these offenses, for that matter, are definitely in the zone.
Nice run up the middle.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Here comes the pressure. Going deep. And he's got it. Going the other way now.
Makes the interception.
He airs it out. Dropped.
Freeman was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 17. He gets to about the 27-yard line. Great pressure on the quarterback forced that incompletion.
Boy, they really pounded him on that throw.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 27-yard line. It's second down. Gains his way to the 36-yard line. The offensive line got a really good push there, allowing the back to pick up 9 on the play. And he carries the ball for a nice gain. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 43. And a quick throw. They'll bring him down around the 20-yard line. This is the 8th play of this drive. Halfback's got it on the quick throw. Touchdown, Troy. And he hits the PAT. A 7-play, 83-yard drive. And they come away with 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
They line up to kick this one away. He sends this one deep. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
The Trojans' defense, I thought they looked lost in the first half, and it seems like they finally found their bearings here in the third quarter.
I think they were confused in the first half, and I think they've made the right adjustments. And right now, boy, they're playing with an attitude, and I think they're really attacking this offense much better than the way they looked early in this game.
There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing. Tackle made right around the 36-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 11 yards. First down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line. Off play action. Now he's on the move. And he dives forward.
Well, this is a nice run for the first down by this quarterback.
He's at the 40. And they make the stop at the 31.
Gain of 20 yards. That makes it first and 10.
From the 31-yard line, it's first down. And he's stopped behind the line.
Ouch. Pretty big loss on the play, and I think they might want to reassess the strategy here. Perhaps run a screen, maybe hit the tight end on a short pattern. This D-line is just a bit much to handle at this moment.
decent run up the gut.
Call it a gain of 5 yards. That brings up 3rd and 10.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 21. Gets rid of it quickly, and that was almost picked.
This unit has quick hands, and they showed it there by knocking away the pass.
It's up, and he splits the uprights. Purdue is lining up to kick this one off. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback.
Man, both offenses here in this 3rd quarter have been on fire. Time for the defense to step to the forefront a little bit.
Makes you wonder which of these defenses has the ability to come up and make a stop. It could be one of those games where whichever defense comes up with that stop could be the team that wins the game. The last time out, they were able to pick up big chunks of yards through the air. You wonder if they'll go back to that same strategy, or will they start to lean a little bit more on their ground game.
That's good for a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
From their own 28-yard line. 2nd down. Troy with a 1-point lead. Complete. He's got room. He's tackled around the 36-yard line. Tackled after positive yardage.
Gain of 5 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 coming up here. Ball on the 41.
3 down. Mike 55.
He's at midfield. He's at the 40. Gets out to around the 35. Touchdown-saving tackle, but it leaves them with a 1st and goal.
That's just a great call by the coordinator there, going to the air on 1st down.
First down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line. Touchdown, Trojans. He makes the PAT. Let's get an update now. Here's Reese Davis. Reese.
Take a look at what's going on in Austin. And for Texas, we might have an upset percolating in this one.
And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Excellent kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Kirk, you and I like seeing points. We're seeing points in this 3rd quarter. This has been fun.
And I think it's going to continue, Brad. I think the adjustments that were made at halftime have allowed these quarterbacks to go out and really be able to take command of how they want to attack each defense. It's going to come down to that final drive.
Throws incomplete, intended for his wideouts.
Actually, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 25-yard line. 2nd down. Pitches back. And they hit him in the backfield. Going deep, lays it out there. Great catch there before they can knock him out of bounds.
First down.
It's first down and 10 now after picking up some great yardage through the air.
I got you, 88. I got you.
Brought down at about the 43-yard line.
No gain on the play. That makes it second and 10.
Runs outside for a nice gain.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Third down again. Throws out and through his hands.
Ashley was the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 4th and 6.
Man left, man left. Four down, four down. Mike 52, Mike 52.
Steps out of bounds at the 35.
It's early in this game, so the defense can still have an opportunity to make some adjustments. But if things don't turn around in a hurry, it's really going to start to affect the psyche of that defensive line.
Throws into coverage, just picked off. Fumble, loose ball. He's taken down right around the 48-yard line. From their own 48-yard line. First down. Troy is up by 8. He's at the 40. Tackle at about the 33-yard line.
Makes it 1st and 10.
Points galore through 3. An action-packed fourth quarter's on deck. Troy's up by 8. He fights forward to about the 30.
Gain of 3 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 8.
From the 30-yard line, it's 2nd down. Quick throw to the tight end, and he's taken down at the 21-yard line. From the 21-yard line, first down. Troy holds an 8-point advantage. There's a strike complete. He's down.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
And he's tackled at the 8-yard line. It's first down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here. Nice run, and he's brought down.
That brings up second and goal.
Just inside the 5. Second down. Touchdown, Troy. And he tacks on the extra point. A quick update now. Here's Reese.
Let's have a look at some scores from around the country. Several surprises today. The Red Wolves continuing to pound the rock on the ground and score a touchdown.
Harris has the ball all teed up, and he's ready to kick this one off. He really got a hold of that kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. We're about set to start things up again. And down he goes at about the 41.
Call it a gain of 16 yards. First down.
From their own 41-yard line. It's first down. He's scrambling. And he tackles him hard at the 45.
That's a gain of 4 on that. That makes it second and 6.
He's at the 40. He gets to about the 34-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 21 yards. That makes it first and 10.
From the 34-yard line. First down. He's at the 20. Slings it. They'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
Call it a gain of 18 yards. First down.
Caught, open field, the 10.
Just another weapon for this offense. He's got good hands, and he's tough to bring down. He showed right there that he can make something big happen.
First and goal from the 1, looking to punch this one in. They go with a run. Touchdown, Purdue! And the quarterback stays on the field as they try for the 2-point conversion. He's on the run, and he's in for 2. Purdue gets set to kick this one away. Sends it sailing downfield. And they can forget about returning this one. Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Troy up 7 points. And he
carries the ball for a nice gain.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That brings him 2nd and 5.
From their own 30-yard line, it's 2nd down. Caught with room to work. Tackle made around the 44-yard line.
Johnson makes the tackle. That'll move the chains for another Troy. 1st down.
From their own 44-yard line, 1st down. They'll bring him down for a loss on the play.
That's a loss of 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Quick out to his receiver. And they make the stop at about the 47-yard line. The Boilermakers will use their first time out of the half. It's 3rd down, and they're about the length of the football away from the 1st down marker.
3 down.
Brought down after a nice run up the middle. And a nice run by the tailback.
Not a lot of razzle-dazzle here, but it gets the job done and picks up the 1st down.
Just over 2 minutes in the game. He's at the 30. Good tackle there in space.
That's another 1st down, Brad. And right now, you can just really feel and sense the rhythm that this offense is in. Their ability to pick up 1st downs, just pushing this defense further and further down, back deep into their own territory.
From the 16-yard line, it's 1st down. Back to him, and he gets nothing this time around.
Loss of 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
This is the 8th play of this drive. Makes it out to about the 7.
Gain of 11 yards. 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. He's tackled right around the 4-yard line.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Here's play number 10 on the drive. We should just see the quarterback take a knee right here, winding down the rest of this clock. Takes a knee. Hines is the star of the game, Kirk. It's as simple as that. He played a great game. The whole team played a great game, and they won it. That's the important part.
Yeah, Brad, he had an excellent game, and really kind of what we expected coming into today's game for him to be able to step up and show that he's one of the top players in the country, and he really didn't disappoint at all. While individual accolades are great, I'm sure he'll tell you the fact that his team came away with a victory is really the most important aspect of this game.